Survivor Northeastern. 20 college students embarked on a semester-long journey to outwit, outplay, and outlast each other.
Watched Survivor for like my entire life, and I'm gonna be the sole survivor. There we go.
I'm not like opposed to just, getting dirty and, blindsiding people. I'm not opposed to that.
There were intense challenges.
You got it. Kill this, kill this, kill this, kill this. You got it.
Can't swallow, girl. You got this, girl.
Fuck yeah!
Huge blindsides.
7th person voted as Survivor, Boston, Alex.
And last episode, one of the wildest tribal councils Survivor has ever seen.
We have a 1-1-1 tie.
Your fate rests in Lucas's hands because I'm not letting him.
Lucas, what is your decision?
Sorry, please. Give me my vote.
Jonathan, the tribe has spoken.
Now, only 4 are left. Lucas, Austin, Kayla, Annika. Who will have what it takes to become the sole survivor?
All he had to do was not write me down. He wrote his own grave. Signed his own tombstone. He dug the hole, you just pushed him in. It happens. I'm so glad I had tea for this whole thing.
I'm shook.
What did that? I'm a little bit unnerved at how not remorseful I feel right now. I think I finally found the ruthless part of Survivor where I don't care anymore. It took me a while to get to it, but I found it and I'm living. Wow. Okay, I have to go finish reading a book and do a presentation and take an online quiz, so I'm gonna depart. I can't wait to call my mom. She's gonna be so proud.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how was my performance?
Oh my god, it was like a solid like 9. It was such a solid 9 because at points I was like, I can't tell you anything.
She messages me after and goes, "That was tough. Are you okay?"
I mean, it was.
To be fair, Jonathan, the emotions were real. The extent of the emotions were amplified. The tears themselves were real. I'm a type of guy, the tears came, I let them keep coming. I could have stopped them. But those feelings were real. I was upset. Annika had no remorse throughout this game. I felt horrible about that because I was like, we've reduced this man to the point of begging. And that was, no, what are you laughing at?
It's terrible, but this is my happiness. I'm freaking ecstatic right now. Oh my god, when I try to cancel, I'm like exhilarated. I feel such a deep rush of adrenaline because I was just ruthless. Like I was like, no, absolutely not. I have been betrayed.
We finagled the votes so that it would be a 1-1-1 tie, and it would basically come down to who did Lucas want to keep in this game? Would he keep me or would he keep whoever else? And I knew that in the end he would always choose me because we've been in an alliance from day one. I made sure to cultivate that alliance and know that, hey, if we ever have to make a decision like this, I'm picking you, so you should pick me too. And we've always, I've structured that alliance so that that would always be true. And it pulled through big time for me.
Game plan's pretty simple. If Annika wins me to vote out Kayla, otherwise Annika.
Yeah.
I think I've made myself pretty clear over the last couple votes. I need Annika gone in order for me to win this game. So if anything other than Annika happens, I will be very disappointed.
She has played an enhanced social game in the last 2 weeks. I think there's obviously the paranoia that she will vote me. And on top of that, she made the strongest power move in the game in how she played the idol. I think the girls are much less connected than we are.
Honestly, I think Annika's voting for me. Like, if I don't win immunity.
Yeah, so you draw.
And so
draw
if I can
Kayla's
get
vote towards
Kayla,
me.
yeah,
And then
if
we
I
just
can
go
get Kayla to
two.
vote you.
Yeah.
2-1-1.
And then meanwhile, we're putting it in their heads that girls should vote for each other.
Yeah.
I am absolutely concerned that Lucas is gonna throw me under the bus. I just have to like leverage myself like, hey, Kayla, I saved you last vote. I could have voted you out easily. I had that power, it was up to me. And I didn't.
I feel like I have to take Annika because she saved my ass last time. At the same time, like, I feel like she'll totally win if I do, which would suck because that would look so bad that she just saved me and then I can vote her out.
It's going to be a real wild finish. Hopefully no more tears from me. If I go home, I go home. If I win, I don't think you'll see happy tears. I'm not that type of guy. That being said, let me know when my Emmy is going to be shipped to me or if the Oscar's in the mail.
Welcome to your Final Four challenge. It's going to be intense, but first of all, Lucas will keep us back. For the last time, immunity is back up for grabs. So the first part of the challenge, we will have a tennis ball on a paper bowl, and you have to go over and under ropes. If you drop your ball at any time while you're in the rope part, you have to go to the beginning of the rope part. There is a finish line, and you will have to shoot from that rope into a bucket. If you do not make it on 3 tries, you have to go back. So after you get the ball in the bucket, you're going to go to dominoes. You have to line up the dominoes on the table. The last domino has to fall off the table. Next part, you will answer fun facts about players who have been voted out of the game. If you get them wrong, you must carry bricks. You'll get a bag of puzzle pieces. You must solve a puzzle. Then the final puzzle, you'll be blindfolded upon arrival. You must arrange 14 cups and spell out all the jury members' initials. The first person to arrange them in the correct order wins immunity. Guys, ready? Go!
Atta boy.
Austin Moye?
No.
Damn it. Casey?
Yes.
Okay.
Next one.
Claire?
No. All right, that is 18 bricks. You're going around the science quad. You carry up to 10 at a time. Awesome, Wyatt.
Incorrect.
Mila.
Incorrect.
Dave.
Incorrect.
Hey, Kayla. As long as Annika doesn't win this, we're good for her, right?
Yeah, except she just walked in.
We got her beat. All right. Claire's last name begins with a C.
Yours not like a Z?
It's Chang. I'm pretty sure. Jacob is an S.
Yeah, Jacob's S.
Kim is an M.
Yep.
I'm gonna wreck my nails.
Jacket's coming off.
Jacket is off. It is. I am sweating. Too much.
Let's go.
That is correct. Oh my god.
You got it?
Yeah. So congratulations, Kayla.
Kayla's guaranteed herself a spot in the final 3. As for the rest of you, one of you will be the last member of the jury and have a hand in deciding who wins this game. I know it was really long, but you guys did a really good job. But I have nothing left for you guys. Head back to campus.
I can't move my body. The bricks were so heavy. They were so heavy, but it was fun. I was having a good time. I'm glad I won.
So I just started shouting initials at Kayla. I threw the challenge to her in some sort of fashion just to make sure that Annika didn't have immunity.
Very well, it could be 3 votes me, and I have no say in that. That being said, I have a long-term connection with Annika. I have a long-term connection with Austin. And while I don't have a long-term connection with Kayla, I blatantly did say to her, if it's me, let me know or you're losing my jury vote.
Right after I won, he started talking to me about if it was him, and I was like, shut up. First of all, I don't want to have to tell you if it's you. Like, that's not fair. But I would anyway. But it's just like, oh, can you just give me a minute to like breathe? Okay. Anyway, so then he was like, just tell me if it's me, blah blah blah. I think it's Annika, or I think it should be Annika and not Austin. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm still gonna think about it though, because I don't know. Because I know that he's close to Austin, so I don't want to tell him like, yes, it's Annika if I do want to do Austin.
Hopefully, Kayla would realize that her best shot truly is being the only girl. And basically being able to say, I led the charge of taking out Annika. Meanwhile, in the end, really me and Austin can mitigate that. It's clear that you don't like Austin, I don't like Kayla.
Right.
Well,
but I gained Kayla's trust. By doing that, I gained
exactly.
Kayla's
You
trust.
gained
So I was
Kayla's
not
trust,
gonna jump on
and
Kayla.
I gained Austin's trust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's perfect. We have 2 sides. Meanwhile, there's a real 2. So we draw votes to each other, and we vote out whoever we want. I think Annika is sensing that there's definitely a discord between us. I think we both are. I think we both realize that, that theoretically the best strategic play would be to get the other person out.
He's in a predicament right now where if he does screw me over, I'm pretty sure he knows I'm not going to give him my vote in the end. It's a cheap win, in my mind. It's a really cheap way of winning the game.
I respect this game too much that if Annika turns on me, that I would not vote her. So if I go out, my vote will go to Annika. She deserves it. She has played the best game out of the remaining people. Worst case scenario, they're playing us, one of us has to win a duel. Ultra worst case scenario, we turn on each other, which I will not be doing.
No, God, I hope he does not screw me over. I'd throw him out. Like, I would totally throw out every single thing that he did wrong. I would, I'd make it almost impossible for him to win at that point. Sitting on that jury, I'd make sure that the vote was not going to go his way.
I'll say 40% chance that 3 votes Annika. 30% chance it's a split vote. That leaves 30% left over. That's 15 and 15. 15% I think it goes all me. I might be lowballing that, but at this point, you have to have that confidence. You have to have that faith in your game. And then 15% chance that I end up saying, Kayla, vote me, through Austin, obviously, and try to send the girls different ways and have the boys vote together. It's hard, I really think it's 40, 30, 15, 15, but there's really 4 ways it could go. And depending on what the conversations are being had, those percentages might change.
We'll now welcome the members of the jury. Claire, Jacob, Kim, Mila, Sasha, and Jay-Z voted out at the last tribal council. Hi guys, welcome to your last tribal council before the final tribal council. Kayla, how does it feel knowing you have a guaranteed spot in the final 3?
I'm excited to have this around my neck.
Do you feel like you're less anxious than everyone else because you don't have to think as hard about the decision?
No, I don't think I don't have to think as hard. I think I probably have to think just as much as them all because they've all been coming to me because I'm safe. I don't have to worry about being over there.
So Annika, do you feel like is anyone going to go after you more because of things that may have been brought up during last tribal?
I still feel like a target. I knew I was going to be targeted regardless of whether or not I played the idol. Playing the idol just puts a crosshairs between my eyes, so regardless, I'm going to be a target. Again, at least I feel like I am.
So Lucas, Jay-Z was the first member of the Qdoba crew to join the jury. Another member will join tonight. Do you think that whoever you send will shed a lot of light on stuff that maybe people didn't know that happened during the game?
I think honestly it depends on who gets sent home. I think everyone has a different narrative of what's occurred. If I get sent home, I might have a different story than Austin. So I think it really depends. At the end of the day, I think there's a story to be told from each of the person that goes out and the people still in the game.
Annika, do you think that tonight will be unanimous, or do you think that it could tie?
I think I'm hoping for a tie more than anything else, because if it's unanimous, it's probably going to be me. So at this point, I'm praying it's a tie.
This next question is for everyone but Kayla. Why should you be in the final 3 over your other competitors?
I can pretty much state Annika has played a very good game. Last week she played an idol, saved herself. She's played a very strong social game, and I don't think any 2 of us sitting next to her will win in that final. So I'm voting for her, and I think that gives the other 3 of us the best chance. I'm sorry, Annika, but I think that's our best chance of winning this game.
Personally, I think that Austin's one of the bigger threats in this game, and he's done really well for himself. He was a huge asset when it came to winning those early challenges. He's come very close to winning his own individual immunities without any assistance. That's why I don't think Lucas's individual immunities are much of a threat, because a lot of his wins came with a lot of assistance from the rest of us. So for me, I think that Austin's a bigger threat than Lucas is at this point. So that's where my vote's going.
Lucas, why should you be in the final 3 over your competitors?
No comment.
Alright, so everyone please step outside.
It just better not be me.
Played a good game. You just can't beat me.
How'd you feel, Annika?
Are you serious?
Yo, legit though. 1K? Okay, I want to make sure. How bad would that be? Thank you.
I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Annika. Second vote, Austin. Third vote, Annika. Fourth vote, then the final member of the jury, Annika.
Have fun trying to beat Lucas when he has a fucking idol in his pocket.
Annika, the tribe has spoken.
Shaughnessy is gonna trip me out.
Oh, she wasn't happy.
I can't even believe it. I am actually beyond words. He's not getting my vote. He's literally not getting my vote. I don't care how good of a game he played. I'm gonna tell the whole fucking jury everything that he fucking did, and he's not gonna get anybody's vote. I will give this game to Austin Shaughnessy right now. I don't give a shit. Lucas is literally like, I'm done. If there's anybody in this game that knows literally everything that happened in this game, it is me. Austin thinks Lucas is in his pocket, completely and totally. But what he doesn't realize is that Lucas and I have been working together this entire fucking game. He told me, don't betray me. Don't betray me. It's you and me, final 2. You and me, final 2. Don't betray me. And he's fucking betrayed me right now. So I'm living. He's not
surprised that you played it last week.
He was no. He was the one that told me to play it last week. That was what we needed to do. And I knew I needed to play it anyway because I knew it was gonna be me. I knew everything. I knew everything that you said to him. I knew everything that any of you said to him. Anything whatsoever.
So why are you not final 3?
Yeah, why are you not final 3 then? That's because Lucas betrayed me. Literally, that's it. No, like that's it. It's because Lucas totally We promised each other chicken loose, so now I'm furious. I'm not getting my chicken loose.
I also had a prophetic dream.
She did. She told me about her dream like 4 weeks ago.
Wait, what's that?
I dreamed this final 3. Shaughnessy did this about it.
I told them in a group chat that's gonna be the final 3. Y'all got it.
Yeah, we chatted about that.
Did you know about the alliance between Kim, myself, Lucas, and Shaughnessy?
You have to know about
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Yeah, that was horrible. That was just. That was sick.
Do you know who had the first clue after the merge vote?
I did.
Yeah, I thought you did. I thought
You had it?
I was pretty sure that he repeated it because I did the same thing with my clue.
I heard nothing.
I ran right over to Ryder. Yep,
Yep, I was pretty sure he
yeah,
did.
and then I blanked Claire.
I was pretty sure he was the right.
Yeah, it happens, I guess.
That was my guess. So that's what Lucas had played so hard. This is not okay. Which is why you would not have more competition.
Okay.
Wait, so what was the
No, he was going.
Oh yeah.
The jury is just entertained by the game at this point. I don't think they're going to be a bitter jury. I think they're going to say who among the final 3 played the best game. And I think I've cultivated enough relationships within the people on the jury that they'll say, hey, this guy played a good game.
The people who claim they're Survivor fans should respect the gameplay. And the gameplay points to me being the better strategic player. And so I think it would be 6-2. Theoretically, it should be 8-0.
I'm much closer with a lot of people on the jury than he ever has been or will be. He's pissed off a lot of people there with his mouth.
If I lose because I didn't make friends with everyone on the jury, then the jury needs to really reflect if they're truly a Survivor fan.
Lucas has done a lot in this game, but at the same time, he has made a lot of bonds with people that he's broken and lied to and had to vote out. So, I don't know, I think by him doing that, hopefully I can convince the jury that, like, even though I didn't make as many strong bonds as Lucas, like, because I didn't do that, I didn't break any trust and, like, I didn't blindside anybody.
I'm gonna get some tough questions, I know that. I just have to be real and say, you know, those personal connections were real. But at the end of the day, I had to make the choice that was best for my personal game. And that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to say to people, but they deserve it. They played this game hard, everyone has. They deserve to know what thinking was behind it. So it'll be interesting to see.
Welcome, guys, to Final Tribal Council. Lucas, Austin, and Kayla have done what 17 others could not. They're sitting in the final 3, and now they will get the chance to tell you why they think they deserve to win, and then you guys will get the chance to question them. You can say a statement, a question, anything you want. Since Kayla won the challenge, she gets to pick the order in which they make their opening statement.
So I'm gonna go first, and then he's gonna go. Okay, so I just wanted to say that we all had a pretty similar game. Like, we were all on the majority for Tigris the entire time. But I played a different game than these two. I didn't necessarily reach out to every single person strategically, because the first immunity challenge that I won, it was a challenge based on what you all thought, and I practically got most of them right, almost all of them right, because I knew what you were all thinking.
Before I get into my whole spiel, I just want to say thank you to you guys and thank you to you two. This game has been amazing. Lifelong dream of mine. I'm just gonna keep on clapping with everything I say. You know, I was picked next to last on the first day. I don't remember the exacts. I was like either next to last or last on the first day, and I don't think anyone expected me to be here. I had a target on my back pretty much this entire game, and I managed to scratch and claw my way here. And I think I'm just so happy to play this game, play it with you guys, and I hope you guys can respect my game enough to vote me for Sole Survivor.
Same thing. It's a pleasure to be up here, guys. Senior year would not be the same without all of you guys up here, down there. Having won 4 challenges, I had a target on my back. At 9, I was voted most likely to be running this game. I think that painted a target on my back. So I had to make some hard choices throughout. At the end of the day, I think logic prevailed, and I hope you guys can respect that.
All right, so Claire, you can step up here.
Didn't prepare anything. Fair warning. It has been a while since I've been voted out. It's been 4 weeks and 5 days. I've counted. And so that being said, a lot of my bitterness has faded to this point. So I just want to preface by saying I am going to be completely open-minded to anything you guys have to say at this final tribal. I also do want to say, in terms of this jury, specifically for you two, on the end, Austin and Kayla, Lucas has played the most visible game from what we can see on the jury. And so I think you both have your work cut out for you tonight, in which you have to really show us what it is that you did different or better than Lucas. Specifically from you two, did you ever have any backup plans outside of the 5? Ever?
Yeah, I know that you and me talked a lot, and I knew that at one point, I thought about flipping on R5 because I trusted you a lot. But then as I started hearing about like what you were talking to other people, and I just wasn't sure exactly what was real and like what wasn't real, and I knew that if I did take you to the end, you would be like Lucas, and I would have no chance next to you.
I was close with Sasha and Kim. There was a brief point where Austin and Mila were aligned with me. That was very odd. I wasn't expecting that at all. Based on everything that me and Austin have gone through this game. I definitely talked to everyone outside of the 5, and I had those backup options in case I ever thought they were needed. But I just really wanted to stay loyal to the 5.
First of all, congrats. You guys are there. We aren't. I want you to give me a reason or two why you think each of the people next to you truly deserve to beat you in this game.
Well, I think the obvious thing is I had to backstab most people, and I had to make the big moves. So at the end of the day, I think they might have better personal connections. I hope at the end of the day, tomorrow, we can all hang out and be friends. Because I think in my head, there's a personal Lucas, and then there's a game Lucas. But I think at this point, I might not be as well liked on a person level as Austin or Kayla.
If we look at it from a strictly gameplay point of view, I think Lucas definitely beat me out. He had to backstab a lot of people. He made a lot of blindsides. He made a lot of alliances, and he won a lot of challenges. And that's from a objective point of view. If you were just to look at this season on paper, I think that's very impressive.
Austin, very good at puzzles. Can't do them very well. And you're right, but because he didn't win any challenges, he still got here.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
We've heard that Lucas has committed a lot of blindsides and a lot of backstabbing, but I can say the same about Austin to at least multiple of the people I know sitting on this jury, including myself. And yet, despite the fact that we were closer when you both blindsided me, I had more negative feelings towards Lucas. And part of that is because I felt like you were insincere and acting unnecessarily upset at tribals, and I'm curious why you would continue to lie to people and try to pretend like you were worried for yourself, even though you knew where you stood perfectly.
I knew Austin wanted to have control of me. I knew he wanted to kind of feel like he had control. And if I could play, meathead who was willing to sit there and be worried, he thought where I was going to vote, if that makes sense. So I'm sorry I had to be that way, but strategically that made sense for me.
Thanks.
You're going on a cruise. Who do you bring? Where do you go? What do you do? And what cruise line?
I take my best friend from home and then probably my 2 roommates. I've been on a cruise semester at sea. And I actually got to take classes while going down the Amazon. And I'd love to do that again.
My best friend, my girlfriend, her 2 best friends, so I kind of got to take her and her best friends. I don't know any cruise lines. Carnival is one, right? I think maybe. Oh, probably just like one of those shifty boats where like just an old guy is driving the entire time and you have no idea where they're going. International waters, like just where anything goes. That's ideal. And just party hard. Because you guys know me. Party hardy.
What's going on right now?
Hi guys, congrats. What do you think your role was in like the final 5, like Qdoba thing?
So my role was trying to figure out like who worked the best together and forming those alliances.
I felt like I was kind of The guy who, like, the loyalist, like, we are doing Qdoba crew, absolutely, 100%. The group that never voted together until the merge decided we are going to stick together. And I continued that role throughout. At the final 10 immunity challenge, when an advantage was on the line and I realized it could make or break Qdoba crew, I said, I'm going to sacrifice myself to make sure that this alliance can stay strong. I think I was a big part in holding the group together.
I think when it comes to the 5, me and Annika were behind the scenes running everything. We had 2 idols the whole time. When it got to 6 or 7, there was 3 ways I could have went. I had these 3 here, I had the Tiger Boys, and I had me and Annika. And I think honestly, me and Annika at that point were calling shots. I was able to pander and kind of say, hey, I'm worried to get voted out, but I was confident I wasn't gonna get voted out. I had 2 idols in my pocket that I could be using, and 1 challenge, so I wasn't too worried. And I kind of knew what was gonna happen from 8 until 3.
Hello all. I think we all think that you and Lucas probably played a lot together. I want you to tell us, like, what did you do outside of Lucas?
A lot of individual conversations I had with a lot of you, even though it wasn't necessarily from a game viewpoint, I knew at the end that this is a social game, and that the connections that we make are just as important as the big moves that we make. That was my backup option. And I knew that if Lucas was going to turn on me, I could resort to them.
Okay, that's all I have to say.
Hey guys, congratulations. Lucas, first question to you. Obviously, you meet Austin at Tiger Boys, so explain your decision for not going to the finals with us, and explain why the tribal I got voted out went down as it did.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a lot more simple. It was supposed to be kind of, we had, I'm not gonna lie to you, we had it set up that you were gonna go home on technicality. And it was a matter of who do I think could probably vote Annika next go. I think that was Austin over you. Yeah.
Austin, going the same line as me getting voted out, did you have any idea that I was going home, or did you think it was genuinely going to be Annika or Kayla?
I knew there was a chance that Annika had an idol, and I didn't want me to go home because all 4 of us voted for Annika and she decided to vote for me instead. And I figured that's what she was going to do, and she did vote for me.
So you were the reason Kayla put mine in there?
I knew about it, yes.
Okay.
Does everybody have popcorn? I have the pleasure of being the last person voted out of this game. And it was no secret to any of you that I would, for a fact, self-proclaim to be the absolute most bitter juror Survivor has ever seen. I have done a lot of damage since I've been on the jury, and that is a giant mistake by one of you. Massive mistake. Because if there was one person in this game who ran everything with you behind the scenes, that knew every single celebration when each and every one of these people got voted out, that saw the celebration when Sasha didn't win that final 6 immunity challenge, which we handed you, that saw your joy over being able to produce tears when Jonathan went home, that could tarnish your reputation even further than you've tarnished it yourself. It was me. And knowing that, knowing what I said to you, which that'll be my one question to you, what did I say to you right before I left your apartment? What was I gonna do if you voted me out?
Cause havoc.
Yeah. I was more than willing to beat you fair and square in the final 3 setup because I thought that we each deserved that up until that point. So you don't deserve to win. And when I think of who I want to represent this season of Survivor, it is Austin Chauncey. So my vote's going to him. There's no question about it tonight. How did you convince Lucas it was a good idea to make the biggest mistake of his game, which was putting me on the jury? How did you pinpoint me as a threat before he really saw how big of a threat I was going to be?
I pointed out how social of a player you were. And I genuinely do believe that if you were sitting up here, you would pose the biggest threat of winning this game. I think everyone on here liked you. You made connections with people that I know I didn't make. Everyone here was connected to you. And I made sure that he knew that. I made sure that he knew that if you came up here, you were definitely gonna speak your way to the sole survivorship. And I knew that he would follow through. And I knew that he thought he could beat me. And I knew that in the end, he would take me.
Congratulations, Chauncey.
So you guys have said all you could say and done all that you could do. It's now up to the jury, and they're gonna decide which of you have played the best game.
Coming into tonight, I wasn't sure about you, but congrats on a great performance tonight. I really think you convinced me that you had the best overall game, and best of luck.
Shaughnessy just didn't have the final tribal performance that I wanted from him.
Surprisingly, I'm actually going to vote for Lucas. I will give him credit for playing a really, really good game and having strategy behind everything.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Yeah, I'm gonna regret this. No, that's fine. I'm fine. I'm done. Sorry. I'm the best.
I'll go tally the votes. Tonight, you want your name to be on these pieces of paper. These votes are for a winner. I'll get to the votes. First vote, Lucas. Second vote, Austin. Third vote, Lucas. Fourth vote, Austin. We're tied 2 votes Lucas, 2 votes Austin. Fifth vote, Austin. Sixth vote, Austin. Seventh vote, and the winner of Survivor, Austin. I'd like to thank all of you for playing. You guys literally are making like my dream come true. And I'm so happy that I got to know all of you. And I hope you guys had a really fun time playing.